Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Mac Aldridge Field for Week 6 football. The Brockton Boxers come to town to square off against the Hilltoppers in the first Big 3 game of the season. Evan Massoud with you here on Fred TV. We're thrilled that you're here with us. It's a cold night. It feels like fall, finally. We've been very lucky lately, but we're in the low 50s, clear, slight breeze, and the temps will be falling throughout the night. So really a good taste of late season Friday night lights here on Fred TV. We have the captains meeting at midfield for the toss. Number 3, Dion Amato for the Boxers, along with number 9, Keyshawn Brown. Number 14, Matt Caruso. And number 52, Kingsley Ijoku Dike for the Hilltoppers. Number 5, Nick Salmon. Number 27, Asante Montero. And number 64, Macklin Colonel. Hilltoppers and Boxers come together in the huddle, ready to play some football. The Boxers are coached by Peter Colombo, Hilltoppers by Taylor Brown. Durfee coming off of a tough loss a week ago here at home. They're riding a 3-game losing streak. They lost 45-20 against Barnstable. But the Boxers are also in a bit of a funk. They've also dropped 3 straight, and they've been outscored by quite a few points. In fact, more than the Hilltoppers. Over 75 points they've been outscored in the last 3 games. So we're going to take a pause now as the band will play the Star Spangled Banner. Nicely done by the Durfee Marching Band, the band director, Matt McMullen. Mr. McMullen was actually my band director coming in my junior year, so he's been here a long time, becoming a Durfee institution. I should clarify, I actually didn't march in the band because it's pretty difficult to carry a piano around, which is the instrument that I play. But I did play in the jazz band here at Durfee, which Mr. McMullen led, as well as the orchestra, which Mrs. Bento, who's now retired, she was our director for orchestra.
Number 7, Connor Addison, set to kick for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers who are kicking off. Doing the honors will be Connor Addison. Connor Addison played soccer for the last few years here at Durfee, coming over to the football team here for his senior year. And boy, does he know how to kick. He's done very well in the kicking role for Durfee. So Durfee will kick off right to left. Hilltoppers wearing the all-black uniforms, Brockton in white and red. Here comes the opening kickoff, and it's a good one from Addison down to the 5-yard line inside the 5. And that is number 20 of the Boxers. They can't reel him in. Still on his feet. This could be an opening. Oh, there's a flag, so this will be coming back. But number 20 for the Boxers all the way down the field, Jordan Marcano. But there is a whistle. There is a flag down. And this should be coming back. And that's a killer of your Brockton, because talk about opening the game with momentum. That would have been a 97-yard return. But there was a flag. So this one is coming back. We're waiting to hear the call from the official. Oh, it's a chop block on the receiving team. Bad hit down below at the knees. And that will bring this back. So that's a killer for the Boxers. They could have started off with a touchdown. Instead, they have to head back down the field. That run all for naught. So from the spot of the foul, a 10-yard penalty. And it'll back up Brockton inside the 30-yard line, actually all the way to the 22. So that's a tough pill to swallow if you are head coach Peter Colombo of the Boxers. So the offense will have to stay on the field, or will have to come out, I should say. They will have to snap the ball and start from scratch. From the 23, 1st and 10. And they will run it, and that's a good tackle. Lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Matt Caruso, a wide receiver playing quarterback for this Boxers team. Very similar to the Hilltoppers. They've had Nick Salmon at that position, who's typically a wide receiver. Nick has been playing quarterback of late. So we'll see how both teams do with that. And what it does is it kind of opens up the option play completely. A bunch of substitutions here on 2nd down, and it will be 2nd and 10. No gain on that first play.
There is no gain for the Boxers. It is 2nd down.
So 2nd and 10 from the line of scrimmage. This time they'll hand it off. And the Boxers will pick up a couple of yards. Addison on the tackle. It was Marcano doing the honors.
It's a gain of about 3 yards for Brockton. It is 3rd down and about 7.
They give him an official spot, 3 yards.
25-yard line of the Boxers, 3rd down.
Actually, yep, 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 7. And I'll tell you, after that flag that took the touchdown away, if the Hilltoppers can make this a 3 and out, believe me, that would be a huge momentum shift early on. And that's a great stop by the Hilltoppers. Just maybe a yard on the pickup. The Durfee D is pumped up. Chathan Nera was there on that tackle along with Lucas Roque, a sophomore, number 34. He was pumped up. We saw him pumping the fist. So it'll be 4th and 5, and the Boxers will have to punt it away. Nick Salmon and Brendan Cuthill back deep for the Hilltoppers at just inside their own 40-yard line. So a 3 and out by the Durfee D. There's a flag. Play continues. It'll bounce. Cuthill's going to let it roll. But again, there is a penalty marker on the field.
The ball finished at just about the 30-yard line. The Hilltoppers 30. There is a penalty marker on the field.
The ball is down at around the 30-yard line. That was a good punt from the Boxers. The Hilltoppers offense will come down, so apparently there was no penalty. The flag was picked up. Durfee goes 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line, their first offensive series. And a quick pass, almost picked off to start that off. Nick Salmon at the quarterback position again tonight. Went to pass. It was incomplete on 1st down, so 2nd and 10. Brockton's defense reshuffling a bit. We see number 52 there in motion. That was Ijoku Decay. And that's a loss. That's a sack right there. Loss of yards. It was actually Montero going down. Asante Montero getting tackled behind the line. So now 3rd and long. 3rd and more than 10 for the Hilltoppers. We'll call it 3rd and 13 from the 25-yard line. Actually, really 3rd and 14. They have to get to the 39 for a 1st down. No easy feats here. Brockton looking to return the favor with a 3-and-out of their own. Salmon looking to pass. Nice little screen play. They find Montero. Montero, though, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like he may have even lost another yard. We'll see where they spot this. So Durfee will have to punt it away now. Back-to-back 3-and-outs to start off the ball game. Good snap and a good punt. Going to tumble, though, and it's going to bounce at the 45. Across midfield where it'll roll and roll to the 43 of Brockton, and that's where they will start. So actually good field position, the best for either side so far in the early goings. It'll be the 43-yard line right around midfield where Brockton will take over. Good crowd on hand tonight. Especially on the home side tonight is Fall River Falcons Night, honoring the youth football program here in the city, American Youth Football. The Falcons invade McAldrich Field every Sunday. All kinds of different age groups. I'm sure you've seen in the past some stories that I've done on the organization as well, on youth football. So on the summer sports reports and on Common Thread News when we had that going on the government channel. That's a good run on 1st down. It'll be a pickup of about 7 yards, right to the 50. And the youngsters that are here from the youth football program getting to see the big boys play some ball here. The varsity team getting the Friday night lights primetime spot. Can't really beat Friday night lights. Loads of fun. Of course, we were over at Diamond last week. The Bengals picked up win number 3. And it was a big league victory for them as well. That's a 1st down for Brockton. First down for either side in this first 5 minutes of play. Actually, I should say basically 6 minutes. 11-minute quarters here at Durfee. Over at Diamond and Mayflower League, they play 10 minutes. So last week we had the 10-minute quarters. This week, the 11-minute quarters. If you missed that game, it's currently airing on our station. You can also go over to log on to Facebook, facebook.com/FredTVSports. We have that game posted on the Facebook page. That was a great game for Diamond against Southeastern. Southeastern, an offensive team, and they were held to just 18 points. That last touchdown coming within 2 minutes of the end of the game. So that kind of tells the story right there. Diamond really came prepared and did a great job taking the win there in Mayflower League play. They were poised to earn a playoff spot. They have a good chance to do it. with just the one loss, and it was a non-league loss against Mystic Valley to open the season. Since then, they have won all of their games. They did have a bye in week 3, but they are on a 3-game winning streak. And next week, they'll be hosting Bishop Conley to wrap up the regular season before the playoff tournaments come up. So we're hoping to bring that game to you, weather permitting. Toss to Marcano. There is a flag. Marcano going toward the end zone, and he's on his feet. Touchdown, Boxers. But again, there is a flag, so we'll see if this comes back. The flag is down at the 35. That would be a 35-yard touchdown run for Marcano. But there is a flag, and they just pointed it is on the offense, so that's going to hurt. That's twice now in 2 possessions that the Boxers have had a touchdown taken away because of a penalty. That's got to hurt. Those are the kinds of things that drive coaches crazy on the sidelines. The Boxers have had 2 opportunities to grab touchdowns in this game, and the yellow flag has denied them the score. And now what should have been a 2nd and 3 is going to be 2nd and 13. Marcano in the backfield. They have number 2 on the near side here, Sean King, the wide receiver. And a good stop right at the line. It looks like a loose ball. I saw an arm flailing out. The ball was held onto. It's a gain of a yard. Really good stop there on the 2nd and 14. According to the scoreboard now, it will be 3rd and 13. Trips to the right. You see all these wide receivers on the near side. It should be a passing play. Oh, the QB's going to take it. They toss it to the counterpart. Oh, and there's a first down and more. This is big trouble to the end zone. The Boxers will indeed get their first touchdown of the night, and they change it up. Number 9, Keyshawn Brown, one of the captains, got the toss after Matt Caruso was going down. He was able to toss it back laterally for Brown, and he goes the distance. So a 44-yard run, as it turns out. The Boxers grab the lead, 6-0 here, 3:17 to play in the first quarter. And they will kick it away for the extra point. A lefty kicking the ball. It'll be number 16. And that kick is good. So on possession number 2, the Boxers find the end zone for the first time in the game. Well, officially the first time, really their 3rd trip to the end zone, but this time it counted, no flags. They are out to the 7-0 lead here at Durfee. Set to kick for the Boxers, number 16, who just got that extra point. We don't have number 16 on the roster, so try to sort that out at halftime. He was not provided to us. It's a good kick to the 10. Bobble, it's a loose ball, got to pick it up. And that's going to be trouble. That's trouble. Hilltoppers not able to catch that in the air. That looked like Cut Hill, number 10. And Durfee will be starting very deep in their own zone. I mean, forward progress does count, of course. So where he was tackled is not where the ball will be spotted. But it will be inside the 20, all the way down to the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10, Hilltoppers have a long field ahead of them here on their second possession of the game. A run on 1st down, and still on his feet. That's going to be close to a 1st down. That looked like number 34, Lucas Rogue. Or Roque, rather, excuse me. Just shy of the 1st, maybe half a yard. I mean, doesn't get much closer than that. 2nd and inches for Durfee, looking to move the chains for the first time tonight. Trying to answer the touchdown call. That will be a 1st down for the Hilltoppers. They power it right up the chute for a couple yards. Down to the 25, the chains will move. Toppers out of the huddle. Going with a 4-3 defense of the Boxers. Salmon appeared to power it himself. And it'll be a pickup of 2. So 2nd and 8 coming. Already 9 minutes gone in this first quarter. It's been a quick one. Not too many stoppages in play, so that allows the time to continue to roll. Salmon getting the play call. He'll let the team know.
It is a 2nd down now for the Hilltoppers.
From the 27. 2nd and 8. Salmon looking to pass. Trips to the right. He will look to pass. Gets it off. Almost picked off. That was inches away from Anthony Goodwin's hands, right through the fingertips, almost picked off. So that's 2 pass plays for Durfee and 2 near interceptions in this game. And where that ball went, I didn't see a Hilltopper even in the path of that ball. It was thrown right into a sea of Boxers, so I don't know if Salmon just didn't get a good look at it, but 3rd and 8, pretty dangerous play there. Fortunately for Salmon, it turned out okay, just an incomplete pass. So 3rd and 8 now for Durfee. Salmon will look to pass again. Thinking of running it, has some room. Can he get by? He does get by. He'll hold that ball, and he's across for the 1st down. A 3rd and long scamper to get the 1st down. Nice job there by Salmon reading the field. There was an open hole there on that right side. He was able to elude the tackle. And Durfee moves themselves into midfield, just across the 40, with 60 seconds left in this first quarter. First and 10 from the Durfee 41. They'll hand it off. And actually, that's a stop for negative yardage, I believe. That's, in fact, right. Going to back them up 2 yards, so a loss of 2. Now just behind the 40-yard line, actually, pretty much on it, to be quite honest with you. So very close. You see where it is on your screen at home. Just inside that 40-yard line. So say the 39.5-yard line, if there's such a thing. Durfee taking their time here, 10 seconds left, and I think they're going to let it roll down. Timeout called by Brockton with 5 seconds left in this first quarter, but the Durfee coaches to the left of me picking up, and they are right. There were 12 men on the field for Brockton, and they thought they saw a flag before the timeout came, so Brockton might have gotten away with one there. There were definitely a lot. It looked like there was an extra player on the field from my count up here. The timeout forces the Hilltoppers, though, to have to do or make one final play here in this first quarter. Second and 11 for Durfee with 5 to play in this first quarter. Here we go. Salmon looking to pass, has pressure. He does escape for the time being, but gonna let it fly. Goes out of play. Smart move by Salmon there just to throw it away. So the incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and long when we finish resetting the field for the second quarter. After 1 here at Durfee High School's Mack Aldridge Field, the Brockton Boxers lead 7-0 over Durfee. Both teams set, ready to come back here as we begin the second quarter. 7-0 Brockton. Evan Massoud with you here on Fred TV. Big 3 football here in week 6. Durfee at 1-4, Brockton at 2-3. Both teams on a 3-game skid, looking to snap that tonight. Salmon has to pass 3rd and long, looking for the that's a push. No penalty for pass interference there, though it was close. The ball probably not catchable, and that might be why the flag didn't come in. There was definitely contact. So Durfee will be forced to punt it. They come up empty on their second possession. This will be 2 straight chances on offense that they'll have to punt it away. It is a low punt. That's going to take a good roll down to the 20. It'll be picked up by number 5, it appears, of Brockton. That is Cameron Fowler on his feet. There's a flag, multiple flags. All kinds of Hilltoppers down on the field. Flags down. Meanwhile, Fowler walks into the end zone. But I have a feeling this one might be coming back. Let's see what happens. The officials talking it over. We'll wait to see the call. But 2 flags down at the Brockton 40. Fowler made it to the end zone. Coach Brown, at the bottom left of your screen, waiting for the call as well. He's also going to talk to the team while he's there. And here come the officials. Saying personal foul on the kicking team. So that's Durfee.
It is a personal foul against the Hilltoppers.
So with that said, one would imagine that Coach Colombo will decline the penalty because the Boxers were able to get to the end zone. So that's a touchdown for the Boxers. A punt return for the Boxers down that far sideline. Currently 13-0. They'll look to make it 14 with the extra point kick. Here comes the snap. Kick on its way, and again, right through the uprights. Right down Main Street, and it's 14-zip in favor of Brockton. Turns out that was an 80-yard punt return for the Boxers. So 80 yards to the end zone. DeVell Gomes, number 1, ready to kick the ball away, but the Hilltopper is still meeting on the sidelines here. Durfee actually takes the timeout. Just a quick timeout there to reset. Gomes from the 50. That's where the 45 of Durfee, rather. Oh, that's going out of bounds. And how about that? That'll draw the flag. Wow. So they started at the Durfee 45 because of the personal foul. It was assessed on the kickoff. So Brockton got to kick on Durfee's side, and go figure, it went out of bounds. And that's a penalty. So the Durfee Hilltoppers are going to actually get a break on this, I believe. And the scoreboard is out now in the left side of the field. So it looks like Durfee's going to take it from the 35-yard line. So that's basically the option there. You can either take it from the 35 or they re-kick it. So considering that the Boxers were kicking off from Durfee's 45, for the Hilltoppers to be starting at what should be the 35-yard line, that's not too bad. Unless they're going to have Brockton re-kick, we'll see what happens. Actually, they're lining up for that, so they're going to have Brockton re-kick. I am rather shocked at that decision. Very surprised by that. So Brockton will start. They're going to kick now from the 50. I'm totally perplexed here. I mean, obviously the coaches have a reason, but very surprising play call here to allow Brockton to re-kick it when you'd be taken over in such a good spot. Awaiting the kick from Gomes. Here he goes. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So, and that's going to be tackle in the end zone. Is that going to be a safety? Did he get out? I think he got out, but it's going to be the 1 yard line. We'll see. Let's see here. All kinds of commotion on this kickoff, I'll tell you. Now, Durfee will get to start from the 20, but if they took the penalty, they would have been starting at the 30-35. So, not sure what the decision, the reason for the decision was, but nonetheless, the Hilltoppers, from my estimation, ended up losing yards there. They got to start at the 20. Salmon under center. They hand it off. It'll be about a 3-yard pickup for the Hilltoppers. Another running play for Durfee, but that one not really gaining any yards for them. That's going to be stopped actually right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 6, or a 2nd and 5 rather. Wind is picking up here at Mac Aldridge Field, and it's getting cold fast. 3rd and 4 for the Hilltoppers. Salmon looking to pass. Gets it to the outside. Wide open on that far side. Oh, and he stepped out of bounds. He had an open field. It is a first down, but Jathan Nara could have gone down the sidelines if he didn't step out of bounds. But hey, you know, first down, Durfee moves the chains. That's a shame there too. Seen some weird things happen in this one so far. They'll hand it off on first down. And looks like a gain of 2. It is indeed, so a gain of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8 from the 36. Clock continues to roll here. 8:20 to play in the half. Salmon fakes the handoff, sends it off to the Latrell Cantu getting the handoff. Latrell had been starting as the QB to begin this year. Making the move to Nick Salmon was Coach Brown. And Cantu getting some running plays in now. 3rd and 6. Every team in Fall River with at least one win. Durfee with the 1-4 record. The Conley Cougars got their first win last week on the road against Tri-County, a 10-6 defensive battle. And of course, Diamond leading the way. They have the most wins in the city. Salmon trying to power his way to the first down. He's going to come up maybe a yard and a half short. Very close. They're going to say a yard. That'll bring up a 4th and 1 from the 43. Kind of a tough spot. Do you go for it or do you not? I mean, it's not. It would not be a good situation. They're going to measure. I don't know why they need to measure it. Clearly a yard. But they want to make sure it's right. Oh, surprised by this, too. Doesn't look like it would be enough. not from our vantage point, and they're right down there on the field. And as expected, a yard short. But you know, too, the coaches sometimes ask for the measurements so they know exactly where they're at. So 4th down and less than a yard. And it looks like the Durfee Hilltoppers will go for it on 4th down. This could be, this is going to be a big play here. Big play here. The Boxers crowding the middle, almost like a goal line stand, and now a timeout.
Timeout has been taken by the Boxers.
Boxers call timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout. That is, that was an interesting defense. Interesting defensive formation for the Boxers. They really went into basically a goal line formation. But you know, when you do that, it's actually something that they're crowding the middle to hopefully prevent, you know, that power run up the middle or even a QB sneak. But what it does is it opens up the outside. So if one person can get out there, you could do a quick pass and you have the first down very easily. So we'll see what happens. Topper's going to go for it on 4th and less than a yard with 7:05 to play here. They did kick off, so they'll get the ball at the half, but they'd like to keep this drive going and get some points. Down 14-0. Not a blowout by any means. It's only a 2-score game. This would be a big 4th down conversion if Durfee can get it. Oh, and there's a flag. That's going to be a false start. Oh, that's a killer right there. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Oh, all right. So can we get some clarification? They just signaled encroachment on the offense. I have never seen that before. Honestly, I didn't think there was even such a thing. Forgive my ignorance, but I have never seen encroachment on an offense. And now the Hilltoppers will be forced to punt it. Well, that's interesting, folks. Addison sends it deep. And inside the 20. Hey, that's a great punt from Connor Addison. Neutral zone. Little sidebar with Coach Powers up here on the roof for Durfee. Said, I have never seen that call. And Timmy played football when we were here at Durfee, class of 07. So he's been around this team, high school football, a long time. Never seen that call. And I have to agree with him. I've never seen that call either. He said that they said the line was too close, so maybe not so much encroachment, even though that's the signal the official gave, more so a neutral zone infraction. But still, on the offense, I've never, ever heard that call before. So that's a new one. But the beauty of live sports, I guess you just really never know what you're going to get. Six minutes to go. The Boxers will line up with trips on the near side right. There they are off to the right of your screen. Looking to pass, they'll look this way. There's a flag on the field. fall. The ball is fumbled. That should be a recovery by the Hilltoppers. It is. Nick Salmon forces the fumble. Maybe a little poetic justice there. But there is a flag that we saw come in before that happened. It's an illegal shift on the offense. Penalty declined. Durfee will take over inside Brockton territory and around the 23-yard line. Best field position of the night for Durfee. Got to make this count. These are the kinds of chances that you have to take advantage of, the mistakes. First turnover of the night comes with 5:52 to play in the half. Hilltoppers need to take advantage. It's a game that they're not going to probably get too many chances like this, I'd say, for either side, really. Both teams have looked very good, and now a flag thrown. Is this going to be a delay of game? Seemed to take a while to get everybody up to the line.
This guy with the white hat has no clue what's going on. I told you, Cruz. I told you that guy has That guy has no clue. You know, let Peter Colombo run the game. Where's the sideline? They have 3 coaches on the.
A full timeout has been taken by the Boxers.
So now a full timeout taken by Brockton. Still all kinds of confusion on the field. Well, with the sound of the whistle, we'll assume that play is going to resume here. Looks like the flag was picked up. No penalty. Nobody. The ball has not moved. So first down and 10 for Durfee from the 22-yard line. And Cantu on the run.
That's a decent gain for Durfee, gaining about 4 yards.
It's a 4-yard pickup for Cantu. Bring up 2nd and 6. Hilltoppers, their first trip into the red zone. They'll snap this one here from inside the 20. Cantu with the handoff. He'll power it across the 15. That's going to be close to a first down. We'll see if he got there. Might be just a little bit short.
Number 4 will 12 Cantu on the carry for the Hilltoppers. It's a 3rd down, 3rd and about 2 for Durfee.
So it'll be 3rd and short.
Ball's before us at just about the 12-yard line. 3rd down.
Looks like Macklin Colonel coming out with a limp. Might have rolled an ankle. It is one of the captains. They'll hand it off. No, Salmon fakes it. Gonna pass to the end zone. Touchdown! Beautiful pass. Brendan Cuthill comes down with it, diving in the end zone, and Durfee is on the board here with 4:39 to play in the half. Nice pass by Salmon. He had to roll out, had pressure coming, and Cuthill was there. They'll go for the extra point. Ball is down, kick on its way, and it is good. Hilltoppers cut the lead in half. It's 14-7. 4:39 to play in the half. So they take advantage of the fumble. Nick Salmon forced it on defense. Nick Salmon with the touchdown pass to Cuthill. Durfee grabs their first TD of the night. Jordan Marcano, number 20, set deep for the Boxers. Connor Addison, number 7 for the Hilltoppers, ready to kick it away. Done a nice job this evening on kickoffs and punts, has Addison. And down at the 40, number 8, Jose Gomez Soto, catching that kickoff. So he'll catch it at the 40 and just be right down. So it ends up being a 20-yard kickoff. They went for the short kick to try, almost like an onside kick, but they didn't bounce it.
First down and 10 for the Boxers. Ball is shy of their own 40-yard line. First down, Brockton.
Oh, and wide open field for Marcano. The Boxers on one play answer a 60-yard run down the sidelines. Unbelievable. That was just way too easy.
Four minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first half.
So right now, back to a 2-score game on one play. They'll go for the extra point, make it 21-7. Let's see. That's the goal. Kick is on its way, and that one is good. 3 for 3 on extra point kicks. And now it's 21-7. That didn't take too long.
Number 7, Connor Addison. And number 4, Latrell Cantu, set deep for the Hilltoppers. 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining.
Brockton will kick off. It'll bounce at the 15. Cantu will pick it up. He runs into his own man. Taken down just shy of the 30.
First down for Durfee from the 20-yard line. 4 minutes, 14 seconds remaining for the first half. First down and 10, Durfee from their own 30-yard line.
Durfee back on offense, trailing by 14 points again. And what should be about a 5-yard pickup on first down after forward progress there. He got backed up, but should be a good 5-yard pickup there.
It's about a 4-yard gain for the Hilltoppers. Ball placed at a 34-yard line. Second down.
Second and 6 officially. Oh, actually, 2nd and 5. Scoreboard's wrong. How's that? 2nd and 5 from the third, and penalty marker on the field. Flag was thrown, and it is a false start on the offense.
Five-yard penalty against the Hilltoppers.
So that backs Durfee up 5. It'll now be 2nd and 10. Back where they started. From the 29. Hilltoppers stay with the run. And the pile goes down to the ground after a short gain. And now 3rd and long.
Two minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first half. There's a 3rd down, 3rd and about 6 for the Hilltoppers.
Third and 6 now for Durfee from the 33-yard line. They need 6 yards to keep the drive going. A penalty that backed them up. Salmon rolls out, looking to pass, and it's going to be short. I believe that was intended for Cantu on the far side. No, I'm sorry. That's Cuthill, number 10. And 4th down with 2:07 to play in this first half.
We are going to welcome and introduce the Fall River Falcons. That will take place right after the performance of the Durfee High School marching bands.
A flag down. The punt is blocked. All kinds of commotion and trouble there. We'll see what the flag is. But it should be Brockton ball inside the red zone. Let's wait to see the call from the official. Offsides on the defense. So that will not be Brockton ball. The flag was thrown before, so it should still be Durfee's. Durfee should still have possession. We'll see. Of course, play is not halted on offside, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. They might keep it. It might still be Brockton ball, actually.
As a result of the penalty, it is a 5-yard penalty.
And the chains are coming back this way, so I believe the Hilltoppers will have to punt it on 4th down here. So 4th and 6 now, a 4th and 1.
No, hold on. This isn't right. No. The ball was on the 33.
The officials don't seem to recall where the ball was. It was at the 33. 5-yard penalty makes it 4th and 1. Brings you to the 38. I got to tell you, I'm amazed by this. Does anybody know what's going on right now on the field? And I'm being serious because this isn't the first time this has happened tonight. Okay, so 4th and 1. That's accurate. From the 38. There we go. We figured it out. Everything's right side up again. Oh, boy. Tough night for the men in pinstripes this evening. And it looks like the Hilltoppers are going to go for it now with the 4th and 1. Maybe try to force them off sides. I'm surprised at this play call. I mean, I know they're trying to be aggressive and get another touchdown, get some more points back before the half, but not going to get there on 4th down. Looks like he stopped maybe half a yard short. That's a killer there for Durfee. So close. They might even measure this. I don't think, though, it's going to matter.
The fumble against the play. Hilltoppers. First down and 10, Brockton from the 38.
So Brockton takes over at the 38, 1st and 10, with just under 2 minutes to play in this first half. And we'll see what happens on this possession for Brockton. Last time, right after allowing Durfee's first touchdown, the Boxers went down the field 60 yards on one play. They have a shorter field right now. They're going to hand it off to Marcano. Marcano across the 25 with the first down.
Dominic Simpson on the carry for the Boxers. That's a first down for Brockton.
Timeout called. 90 seconds to play in this first half. Durfee with the timeout. Want you to stick around for halftime. We will have a one-on-one here on the roof with our new superintendent, Dr. Matthew Malone. So you want to stick around for halftime? We'll have that. We'll also have the performance by the Durfee Marching Band. So it should be a good halftime show. Be sure to stick around with us here through the break. And then, of course, we'll have the second half of this game as well. Durfee looking for a big stop here. The Boxers, though, forging ahead, getting a first down. They're past the 25, almost in the red zone, and they got a 1st and 10. Oh, and a wide open field again. What a leap! That was number 26, Dominic Simpson. And that leap, I believe, is good enough for a first down. It is. They move the chains again. That's big hustle right there. Inside the 15-yard line now of the Boxers, knocking on the door. .60 seconds to play in this first half. They go to Simpson again. Simpson rolling out to the right side. Stiff arms into the end zone for the touchdown. Brockton's 4th touchdown of this first half. This time number 26, Dominic Simpson. And going for that point after here. The Boxers trying to make it a three-possession game, which would be the biggest deficit of the night for Durfee. That kick is no good. So it'll be 27-7. The Boxers lead it It's a 20-point lead, the largest of the night. Nick Salmon back deep to receive this kickoff with 54 seconds to play in the half. One consolation prize, Durfee will get the ball to begin the second half, but they will at least be trailing by 20 points when they do receive that kickoff. So Nick Salmon back deep. Awaiting the kick from DeVell Gomes, number 1. Boxers have been trading off the kicking duty tonight. Little squib kick on the ground, picked up. And decent field position there, around the 37-yard line. I believe that was Elijah Concepcion who scooped it up and fell on the ball. Good hands there. So with 50 seconds now, Durfee's offense takes the field. We'll see what they decide to do here, if they're going to run a few plays or take a knee and go into the locker room. We've seen them do that before. Nope, lined up with wide receivers to the right. Salmon looking to pass it down the field, and it's picked off by number 9 of the defense, Keyshawn Brown. Brown will fall on it at the 45. Everything going wrong right now for Durfee. It looked like they might have turned a corner after they made it a 14-7 game, and since then, Brockton has just put it into another gear. First miscue for Durfee. We saw Salmon have a couple of incomplete passes in the first quarter that were very close to being picked off. That one was. And Brockton will take over at the Durfee 45-yard line. Looking to pass. And a big hit there after the completed catch. Right along that far sideline. It'll be a pickup of 4 yards for Brockton. The clock continues to roll, and now a timeout called as I just say that. Brockton calls a timeout with 21 seconds to play in the half.
Second timeout there taken by Brockton. 21 seconds remaining in the second quarter, first half. Brockton has 1 timeout remaining.
So 2nd and 6 now from the 41. They're looking to pass, going deep down the field. And good coverage, it's incomplete.
Pass was intended for number 2, Sean King.
Sean King, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 with 13 seconds to play in the half.
From the 41.
Actually, pretty good idea here by Brockton, actually going to the pass. I mean, why not, right? Haven't passed it too much. Why not get a feel for it? You're up by 20 points. Not a bad idea. And, you know, if you make a mistake, you're deep enough, you're throwing it deep enough, and you have a large enough lead that it probably wouldn't come back to bite you. So 3rd and 6 now. And they'll look to pass again. They find number 25 on the near side, Dakeem Simpson. And with 4 seconds, the clock stops.
for Brockton. 5 seconds. 5 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
And Brockton calls another timeout.
Second timeout taken by the Boxers.
With 5 seconds left and the first down, the Boxers will call timeout. They'll have one shot at the end zone if they decide to pass it. Trips to the right, far side there. Looking that way, deciding to run it and going down with no time left on the clock is Matt Caruso. So going into the half, the Hilltoppers have some work to do. They are down 27-7. They've allowed 13 unanswered points to end the first half. Stick around. Our halftime report with Superintendent Dr. Matthew Malone coming up next on Fred TV. Hey football fans, Evan Mashud with you here at the halftime report from Mack Aldridge Field, joined by Superintendent here in Fall River, Dr. Matthew Malone. Superintendent, nice to have you with us tonight.
Thanks for having me here tonight. It's a great night. It's a wonderful fall evening in Fall River. The score's not on our side, but I think in the second half we're going to turn it around and we're going to put some more points on the board. That was a nice touchdown pass we had down there in the end zone, so I'm encouraged right now.
It was a great pass by Nick Salmon, who hasn't had a lot of chances at quarterback this season, so he's filling into that role or slipping into that role nicely. And I know that you're a big sports fan. You told me early on that you were going to be at these games and visible, and it's great to have you here, and I'm sure the fans appreciate seeing you here too.
You know, one of the best things about Friday Night Lights here in Fall River is not just the football. It's our new and improved marching band, who have been doing a great job all season long. And I'm telling you, in 5 years, we're going to have 400 kids out in that marching band. I think there's a lot of excitement about our instrument program in the schools, and I think the young students that we have that I saw here getting instruments on instrument night are going to be growing up to want to be the world's greatest band members here in Fall River, Durfee High. So I'm excited about that too. So football and music together, what do you get? I call it America. What do you call it?
That's right. I call it Friday Night Lights, and we're thrilled that you're sticking around with us. So second half coming up next, right after the Marching Band's halftime show. So stick around on Fred TV.
senior team, Alexandra Boudet. Please welcome flag football, their head coach, Anthony LaRue. Please welcome the 8 under cheer with head coach Nicole Ayers. Please welcome the 8 and under football with head coach Rainey Gonzalez. Please welcome to the field the 9 and under football team with head coach Mark Harrington. Please welcome the 10 and under cheerleading with head coach Janessa Torres. Please welcome the 10 and under football with head coach Jason Springer. Please welcome the 11 under football team with head coach John Davis. Please welcome the 12 and under cheerleading with head coach Charlene Gonzalez. Please welcome the 12 and under football team with head coach Chris Thomas. Please welcome the 14 and under cheerleading squad with head coach Danielle Dupras. And under football team with head coach Matt Provera. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please give a warm round of applause for the future Hilltoppers. The Fall River Falcons cheer and football team.
We are back, ready to begin the third quarter here at Mac Aldridge Field. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV. Brockton versus Durfee in Friday Night Lights, Week 6 football. The Boxers lead 27-7. Want to say thank you to Superintendent Malone for coming up here and taking the time to talk with us during halftime. And, of course, you got to see the marching band perform for a bit, as well as the introduction of the Fall River Falcons youth football program, all the different teams. So a nice halftime here. Salmon will play it on the hop. Salmon with some room. Nick Salmon down the sidelines to the 20, to the 10. Nick Salmon is in there. How's that to start the second half? Wow. We've seen just a little of everything tonight. That was awesome. And I'll tell you folks too, that gets the crowd going. It's cold, nobody's left, even with the score the way it is. And now Durfee comes out on the kickoff to get points right away. Kick on its way, and it is through the uprights. Hilltoppers with touchdown number 2 of the night. They start chipping away. It is now a 14-point game. And I seem to have lost my pen. I think it might have fallen off the clipboard here. I'll grab another. So a mad dash by Nick Salmon. Grabbed Durfee's second touchdown of the game, and that one in spectacular fashion, only taking 15 seconds to make it happen.
Number 20, Jordan Marcano set deep for Brockton, accompanied by number 9, Keyshawn Brown. Set to kick for the Hilltoppers is number 7, Connor Addison.
Connor Addison set to kick it off. I mentioned the temperature. We are below 50 degrees. It is a cold night here. Definitely a crisp fall evening here in Fall River. I don't know if you could hear that. Our senior, Fred TV senior, Keelan Dunn, who's worked a lot of games with me this fall, says, it's freezing. An onside kick, it's a loose ball. Oh, Brockton's gonna get it back. That was so close. Durfee missed it. It went the 10 yards. Brockton wasn't even close. Oh, that's a killer right there. Hilltoppers went with the onside kick. Brockton was not ready for it, and the Toppers should have had that one. Oh, that's a shame. And unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that can really shift momentum right away. You know, Durfee with the momentum to start the second half, and then all of a sudden, Brockton will get to start in Durfee territory. And they've scored on one play. They had a punt return in the in the second quarter, and they had a 60-yard run for a touchdown on the first play of a drive. So they've had some big plays too. So nice to see that Durfee answered, but at the same time, you try something like the onside kick, and Durfee certainly had a good shot to bring that back. You've got to have those. Those are the plays you've got to have. Short gain on first down for Brockton. It'll be 2nd and 8. There's a flag down. Running it was Edmund Kelsey, number 33. But again, a flag is down on Durfee's side of the field. On the left side of your screen, the official just picked it up. It's a face mask, a personal foul on the offense. Well, they're saying it was a hold. My bad. It's a hold. That's a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay the down, but it'll back up the Boxers substantially.
He's holding it against Brockton, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, second down.
So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll back up Brockton. It'll be a 2nd and 20. 2nd and 20 for Brockton. They'll pitch it out. Loose ball! It's who has it? I think Brockton came away with it. They were able to pick it up, indeed. That was Marcano. But it will be 3rd and long.
With the tackle for the Hilltoppers. 3rd down. Brockton, 3rd down and long. Ball is placed out. 43-yard line. Boxers.
So 3rd and long, in fact, a loss of a yard. 3rd and 21. The Durfee crowd gets loud here at Mac Aldrich Field. Looking for the stop, no big plays. Marcano is going to make it a couple yards, and then he's stuffed into the ground. 2-yard pickup will not nearly be enough. The Durfee D with a good performance there.
Ball is at the 5-yard line for the 4th and long for the Boxers.
4th and long for the Boxers from the 45. Officially 4th and 17, 18, or about 18. They will kick it. Salmon and Cuthill back deep for Durfee. Of course, Salmon just returned to that kickoff to start this second half. He's back there on the punt return. That's a great punt. Cuthill has it. Cuthill on his feet, backtracking, going the wrong way. That had disaster written all over it. Didn't look like Salmon or Cuthill were going to catch it. And then Cuthill catches it, ran into Salmon, got tangled up for a moment, and then couldn't get free. So not a great return there for Durfee. They'll start from their own 20. And it is a 2-score game again. A 13-point deficit for the Hilltoppers. Salmon under center, hands the ball off. No gain, maybe a couple yards. Let's see, yes, 2 yards on the gain. Got forward past the line. And they'll give him 2. Another running play, and the Boxers doing a nice job defending the run here. Third and 8, no gain on that last run. Salmon looking to pass, has pressure coming. He's able to escape, slings it across the field. It is caught for the first down and a few more. That was Jathan Nera coming down with it. I'll tell you, Salmon has showed good composure under pressure tonight. Peter Bartholomew, he was coming in on Salmon's tail feathers, and Nick was able to get the pass off. Sidearm sling, Nera in traffic making the catch. First down, Hilltoppers, they're at their own 45. They'll hand it off on 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Make it about 8 yards actually. 8 yards on the carry. A nice run up the chute there for the Hilltoppers.
With a second down and about 2 yards to Durfee. 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Salmon will hand it off. There's a first down for Durfee and a few more. Toppers getting the running game going just a bit. I believe that might have been Cantu. Oh, I'm sorry, Lucas Roque on the carry there. Number 34. Talk about it all the time. It's not easy, folks, to see the numbers. Brockton's numbers are great because it's dark numbers on the white, but Durfee's numbers are particularly difficult because the numbers are a different are gradient. There's a gradient there, so it's red on the top, black on the bottom, and then they have the white outline as well, like an embroidery. So far away, it's tough to make out some of the distinctions in the numbers. So like a 6 can look like an 8 sometimes. Even a 5 looks like an 8 sometimes. So it's really kind of tricky. A loss of yards on first down will bring up 2nd and 12 now. Already halfway through this third quarter with 4:10 on the clock in the third quarter. So it's moving quickly here. Oh, that is offsides. Are they going to call a false start? That should be offsides. Oh, that's awful. That is an awful call. A 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 17. It should have been on the defense. Durfee getting backed up here. Salmon looking to pass across the middle. In and out of the hands. Incomplete pass. They were looking for Cantu.
Third and long.
So 3rd and long on what had been a promising drive. We'll see what happens here. Going to shoot it long and deep. This could be trouble. In and out of the hands. They'll bring 4th and long for the Hilltoppers. They cannot convert after the penalty. And another flag, calling a false start on the Hilltoppers.
It is a false start against the Hilltoppers, remaining 4th down.
High snap after the false start. There we go. Down inside the 30. Franklin De Silva deadens the ball. So what was, as I said, a promising drive for Durfee halted thanks to some penalties. 3:06 to play in this third quarter. It's 27-14. The Boxers now will go on offense starting at their own 29. Marcano still on his feet. Are you kidding? Wow, what a run up the middle. That's a first down, 12 yards on the carry, and I think 7 or 8 of those yards, he was pretty much wrapped up. That's just a no-quit effort right there from Marcano. So 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line now for the Boxers. They'll run it again and pick up about 4.
Tackle made here by number 55, Steve Souza for the Hilltoppers. Big tackle made here, 2nd down, gaining about 4.
Steve Souza making the tackle for Durfee. Second and 6. Running it again. And just short of the first down. About a yard short. So a 3rd and 1 coming here for Brockton. Inside Durfee territory at Durfee's 49. They got to get to the 48. And the fourth quarter is almost upon us as we wind down to the 60-second mark here in this third quarter. 3rd and 1 for Brockton. They will run it. They will get the first down and a few more across the 45. Tackle at the 44. First down, Hilltopper. I'm sorry, first down, Brockton. They hand it off to Marcano. And he'll pick up just a couple that time. He's had a nice drive here. Marcano's gotten the ball quite a few times in this drive. Be 2nd and 9, 15 seconds to play in this third quarter. We'll see if Brockton gets a playoff. 10 seconds now. On the sidelines still is Caruso. 4 seconds. We'll wait too. The fourth quarter for our next play. So after 3, 27-14, the Brockton Boxers lead the Hilltoppers. The final act here, about to get underway at Mac Aldridge Field. Fourth quarter action, Durfee versus Brockton in Week 6 football. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV Channel 9. Hilltoppers need a big comeback here. They're down by 13 in the fourth with Brockton driving. Caruso gonna pass down the field. Wide open is Sean King. A flag is down. King is in the end zone, but there's a flag down at the 25-yard line. There it is. Let's see what the call's going to be and if this touchdown will indeed stand. It is on Brockton. That is the third touchdown tonight taken away by the Boxers because of a flag. Ineligible receiver down the field for the Boxers. And that is going to take the score away. I mean, how often do you see something like this? I mean, think about it. The flags that we've seen, Brockton could theoretically have 21 more points on the board. So for Durfee to only be down by 13, they're actually pretty lucky because this game started with a 97-yard touchdown run return on the kickoff. 97-yard return on the opening kickoff that was brought back because of a flag. And then Brockton also had one other play too, another big play that was taken away as well, thanks to a flag. And now this one, a pass play that was taken away. So they really could be up by a lot more points. Marcano able to pick up a few yards, get some of that penalty back, and it'll be a 3rd and 10. And this would be a big stop for Durfee, especially given the fact that that touchdown was just basically vetoed by the officials. Gonna pass. 3rd and 10. No flag, no pass interference. And it'll bring up 4th down and 10 from about the 45-yard line. I don't think you could go for it if you're Brockton. Then again, they're up by a lot. They're up by the 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty substantial lead here with under 10 minutes to play in the game. So see what they decide to do now that the offense is heading off. So they will punch it away, and it will be Gomes, number 1, set to get the snap and kick the ball away. Gomes on the left side of your screen. Durfee crowd getting loud here. Kick on its way. It's a short punt going to the left side. It'll go out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So not terrible position for Durfee. Not the best, but not bad. And they'll have to put together a good drive here if they want any hopes of a comeback. They'll run it on 1st down, and I think going to be lucky if they got back to the line there. They give him about 1.5 yards. I'm going to say 2nd and 9. It's closer to 1 yard, so 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard pickup. And boy, it is a cold one tonight, folks. We're not used to this. We have been very spoiled this fall with some great weather. That's to Chathanera on the near side. Chathanera, oh, they're calling him out, but very close. He did get the 1st down. So the Toppers move the chains. But I'll tell you, we really have been very lucky with the temperatures this fall. We've never dipped below, say, 55 degrees. Tonight we're already into the 40s. And almost feeling like November football, not so much October. We went from quite warm yesterday with soccer, boys Big 3 soccer, to this. Chaitin Nera, ooh, I don't know if he caught it. They're going to give him the catch? They did give it. I thought it might have hit the ground. Nice catch there by Nera to stay with it. 5-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 5, halfway to another first down.
8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game.
Salmon looks like he's going to pass again. No, they'll hand it off this time. Oh, and that's, you getting stuffed right in the middle there of the pile. That looked like, was that number 1, Devin Williams, running the ball.
3rd down and 2, a 3-yard gain here for the Hilltoppers.
3rd and 3 for Durfee.
That's a 45-yard run with 8 minutes remaining.
Gonna pass. First down for Durfee. Chaitin Nera coming down with it again. And the Salmon Nera connection working well here on this drive. Some quick passes here to the outside. They'll move the chains again. They're right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. And you know what? Nera got out of bounds, so that's good. It saves the Durfee Hilltoppers a timeout. Gonna look there again. Salmon now gonna go down the field into traffic. Nera is got all kinds of coverage on him. 3-on-1, no pass interference. Good coverage then by the Boxers. And a dangerous pass. Dangerous pass attempt there from Nick Salmon. That one could have gone south in a hurry. Gonna pass again, this time over the middle, and it's picked off. Cantu couldn't come down with it, and still on his feet. There's a flag. And now a personal foul coming on Hunter Salmon. Saw him throw a punch, actually hit Coach Brown. So a pickoff, and then the personal foul. Also, there's actually holding against.
Personal foul against the Hilltoppers.
So holding against Brockton, and then the personal foul against Durfee. And that was the dead ball foul, the personal foul. And regardless, what's going to happen is Brockton will have the ball, and they're going to have fantastic field position here. They're going to be just shy of the Durfee 30-yard line.
It's going to be Brockton ball. Ball is going to be at just about the 30-yard line. The 31 pressure, 31. First down and 10 from the 31.
And 7:27 on the clock. And the Boxers have the ball. So Durfee's any comeback bid here by the Hilltoppers pretty much taken away. As Brockton's going to look to run it. Marcano still on his feet, taken down after a, let's say, a 4 or 5 yard gain. Closer to 5 yards, actually.
Tackle made here by number 13, Patrick Brown. To the hook tackle, second down.
He'll run it again. 2nd down and 7. Marcano breaks free. Marcano just shy of the end zone, down at the 5. Another mad dash for Jordan Marcano. Boy, he's had a nice night. He's got to be pushing 150 yards, maybe even close to 200, and I'm not kidding you there. I mean, he had a 60-yard touchdown run in that second quarter. So right there, 60 yards on one play, and we've seen him get quite a few yards just on regular running plays. I mean, that one right there was a good 20-something yards. He's got to be pushing $150 in terms of yardage tonight. Had a great night. Brockton was going no huddle. Durfee called the timeout. 6:33 on the clock. Tackled in the backfield. Oh my goodness gracious. In the back of the end zone, a personal foul now. Right there on your screen. The big man for the Boxers. I think it is 75. Lukens Bartholomew. Pushing one of the Hilltoppers out of the end zone. That's a personal foul. And that's a 15-yard penalty. Highly unnecessary. Just like Hunter Salmon's personal foul, highly unnecessary. And you know, for Brockton to do it, I mean, with the score the way it is, it really is not necessary. But it doesn't take anything either. I mean, Salmon's was not a good penalty either. The personal fouls, you know, they tend to come more out of emotion for what's going on the field, and you know, it's a rivalry game, and not to make any excuses for either side, but a lot of times this is when you see stuff happen like that. And that should be a delay of game. It is. 5-yard penalty. Brockton losing yardage here without even snapping the ball. Durfee crowd not minding it at all. And so Brockton basically losing 20 yards. They were right at the goal line. Now back at the 27. Second and goal from the 27-yard line. And powering down to close to the 10 was Dominic Simpson.
26, Dominic Simpson on the carry for Brockton.
So that gets a good chunk of yards back. They're shy of the 10 at about, let's say, the 11-yard line. So 3rd down and goal from the 11. Time continues to roll here, though, with each running play. 5:15 on the clock. And Brockton looking to really seal the deal here. Simpson with the handoff. Simpson is in the end zone for the touchdown.
Penalty marker on the field.
There is a flag down, but if this stands, it will be Simpson's 2nd touchdown of the night. had a 13-yard rush to end that second quarter. It's another personal foul on Brockton. So we'll see if this touchdown is going to stand, though. At the moment, the scoreboard does say 33-14. But I believe the touchdown will stand. Yes, the QB's coming off the field. So the touchdown stands for Simpson. And the extra point kick coming here. 3 for 4 on the night. May get 4 for 5.
The personal foul will likely be assessed at the kickoff.
It's a 20-point lead again for Brockton. And that personal foul will most likely be assessed on or added on for the kickoff. The Hilltoppers have one more home game. They started with 3 on the road. A loss at Somerset, a win at Taunton, a loss at Sandwich. Now home tonight on their 3rd home game, but they did play Dartmouth, a loss here at home. Last week against Barnstable, a loss. And now tonight against Brockton in what is looking like it will be the Hilltoppers' 4th straight loss. They're down by 20 with less than 5 minutes to play. Next week, it doesn't get much easier. Former Hilltopper Justin Kogler leads Old Rochester to Mac Aldridge Field for Week 7. And after Week 7 is when the playoff seedings will come out. Now, on the other side of the Rotary, Diamond will host Bishop Conley next weekend. So we're hoping to have cameras at both games. Of course, that's also weather permitting. But we are hoping to cover both games next Friday night.
Number 5, Nick Sam brings it back. Ball looks to be placed at just about the 50-yard line.
Toppers run it back to about midfield. 1st and 10 for Durfee. Salmon looking to pass, and it is incomplete on 1st down. Salmon's been picked off twice tonight. Does have a touchdown pass, though. That was Durfee's first score back in the 2nd quarter. Salmon found Brendan Cuthill for a 15-yard catch. Diving was Cuthill in the end zone. 2nd and 10 from the Durfee 49. Looking to pass again. Cuthill is the receiver. Cuthill cuts back to the outside, gets outside, gets out of bounds, but he does get the 1st down. So he stops the clock, and they move the chains.
Stopping the clock with 4 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the game as the ball was placed at the 36-yard line.
They faked the pass, now waiting, going long. Nera had it in his fingertips, but he had to turn. He was looking the wrong direction, and I think that's because of the double coverage, too. Couldn't reel it in. Very close, though. Very close.
4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Oh, Salmon heading back. This could be trouble. Incomplete, out of bounds. He threw it away, but boy, two-man rush. Salmon had them right in his wheelhouse in the blink of an eye. They got by the offensive line. So 2nd and 10 at the 36 of Brockton. 4.5 to play, or 4:23 to be exact. Salmon looking to pass again. Nara, oh, I'm sorry, that was Cudhill. It was a little high. Cudhill could not go up the ladder to reel it in. Brings up 3rd down. I'm sorry, that was 3rd down. Brings up 4th down. And Durfee really in a do-or-die situation. Probably have to go for it here. Salmon getting the play call. It appears they will go for it. Fourth and 10 for Durfee. This game now hanging in the balance, and that's an offsides. They drew him offsides.
That is against Brockton. It's going to make it a 4th down and 5.
That helps out Durfee now. 4th and 5 after the 5-yard penalty for offsides. It makes the job a little easier for the Hilltoppers. So 4th and 5 now. Low snap. Salmon with a quick pass to Chaitan Nara. Good for the 1st down. They convert on 4th down again. See, going 4th and 5 made it a lot easier. Can change the play up, go with something a little simpler. So 1st and 10, Hilltoppers at their own, at the Brockton 23-yard line. They'll hand it off. Asante Montero running it.
On the carry there was number 27, Asante Montero. That is a 2nd down for the Hilltoppers. It's a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Salmon looking to pass. Cudhill has it. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. 2nd touchdown reception of the night for Brendan Cudhill.
34-20, Brockton.
It's about a 15-yard catch. They're going to go for 2 here. I'm not sure why. It doesn't really help you one way or the other. Salmon going to pass it. And it is incomplete.
It was intended for number 2, Chaitan Nara. 34-20 Brockton.
So it's 34-20 for Durfee. Got to be happy for the 2 straight weeks they've scored 20 points. The bad news is that last week they gave up 45. This week they have given up 34. So they've scored some points over the last couple weeks, but the defense letting them down right now. But the Hilltoppers, though, do find the end zone thanks to the touchdown pass by Nick Salmon. With 3:41 to play, we'll see what the call is here on the kickoff. We might see them try an onside kick. Brockton playing up, their special teams unit. Playing up, but they have one man back deep just in case. Hilltoppers are lining up. And it's just a little short squib kick. Loose ball! Durfee has it! How about that? Oh, man. This one's not over yet, folks. 3:36 to play. And Durfee gets it back. It wasn't quite an onside kick, but it worked.
After they recovered the onside kick at Brockton's 34-yard line. A full timeout taken by Brockton.
Brockton takes a full timeout. And Evan needs a heat warmer. Hand warmer and a space heater. A heat warmer. Look, I'm riddling my words. I'm so cold right now. Next time they decide to build a stadium here at Durfee, I'm putting in a formal request for heated floors and space heaters that can stay outside. Because, man, it is cold right now. I mean, I'm dressed warm. And the thing is, I really don't mind the cold because I actually like the snow. I don't mind winter. But when you're standing up here with a breeze and it's bone dry and there's nothing deflecting the wind and it's cold, I'll tell you, after 3 hours out here, it is pretty darn cold. But hey, Durfee has got the ball back. It's a 34-20 game. Durfee looking for 2 more scores. Salmon is in big trouble. He's going to throw it away. So incomplete on the first down. So 2nd and 10 now. Oh, and a flag thrown, and they're calling a false start. How late was that whistle? Play had already developed, and then the whistle comes in for a false start. I mean, really. So now 2nd and 15.
Second down and long line for Durfee. 3 minutes and 23 seconds remaining for the second and long.
Now timeout being called.
20-second timeout, Durfee.
Second and 15 after this quick 20-second timeout, just to reset the play call.
4 timeouts remaining.
Looking for, going down the field, a deep pass. Oh my goodness! Brendan Cuthill! Can you believe that catch? That was unbelievable. I'm speechless. I didn't think he'd get it. I thought it was going to go out of bounds. That is insane.
15 minutes and 14 seconds remaining.
Unreal. The Hilltoppers have made it a one-score game with 3:14 to play. Brendan Cuthill with his third touchdown catch of the night. That one might be the catch of the season. Going for two. Hey, he's in there. 2-point conversion. It's a 6-point game.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
There is a flag down. I think this penalty is going to be on Durfee from what the initial look was. It is on the Hilltoppers.
Against the Hilltoppers, the extra point is good.
So the 2-point conversion is good.
The penalty will be assessed at the kickoff.
But unsportsmanlike conduct, that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff here. Can you believe this?
The Hilltoppers trail by 6 points.
Durfee trails by 6. This has been incredible. This second half has seen the Hilltoppers with 3 touchdowns. They've held the Brockton Boxers to just the 1. And it all started with the kickoff return by Nick Salmon to start the third quarter. So the Hilltoppers got a score in the books, literally 15 seconds into this third quarter. So that right there helped things out because it was such a quick score. It's like there was no time that came off the clock. They didn't even have to deal with the drive that took time off. It just happened immediately.
So as a result of the unsportsmanlike penalty, the Hilltoppers will kick the ball off.
So the 15-yard personal foul, the unsportsmanlike conduct. And honestly, we'll see what they do now because they didn't do an onside kick last time. I don't know that you could chance that now given where they're kicking off from. They went with a little floater basically. But I just don't think they can do an onside kick, especially the positioning in the field. They will line up the same way though. It's a little soft boot again. Oh, almost. They went with the same thing. Brown is able to come down with it. So, a short field for Brockton. With 3:12 to play, the Boxers now clinging to a 6-point lead. Hilltoppers need a big stop if they don't want to fall short of this comeback. They got to get the ball back. They got to get it back quick. But what an awesome fourth quarter this has been. This is, actually I should say that the second half really, because anytime a team has a big comeback or is trying to come back, it makes it very exciting. And of course, you know, Durfee being the home team here, the crowd behind them, makes it that much more exciting. Short gain on first down.
It's a gain of about 2 yards for the Boxers. It's second down.
They give Brockton 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming. But again, more importantly, with each running play, the clock will wind down, and Brockton will take as much time as they can We're at 2:40 now on the game clock. Hilltoppers need a 3 and out. Like their lives depended on it. Simpson with the first down and a few more. Can't tackle him. Down towards the 25-yard line.
Carry errors by number 26. Dominic Simpson for Brockton. First down for the Boxers.
That's a killer right there. And now we'll see the Hilltoppers calling a timeout.
Hilltoppers. 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
2:18 to play. Again, looking at the road ahead, Durfee will be home next week for Week 7. Former Durfee Hilltopper Justin Kogler will bring his old Rochester team to Mac Aldridge Field for Week 7 football. And across the Rotary at the other side, down off Eastern Avenue, the Diamond Bengals will host the Bishop Conley Cougars for their annual Mayflower League rivalry game. So 1st and 10 for Brockton there at the 27-yard line. Thanks to Simpson, who got him there. And a flag is thrown. It should be a false start. Play is ruled dead.
Offsides against Brockton. It is a 5-yard penalty.
So there's that play again. Offsides on the offense. Second time we've seen that tonight. Again, something I've never seen. Helps out the Hilltoppers because backs up Brockton 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 now. 1st and 15.
$2.14, $2.15, $2.18, $2.18, $2.18.
Had to reset the game clock to 2:18. It was a 2:17. So 2 minutes and 18 seconds to remain in the game. 1st and 15 after the false start. I'm sorry, the offsides on the offense. Kind of a QB sneak here. We'll get those 5 yards back. Actually ends up being, wow, only 3 yards actually on that carry. So it'll be 2nd and 12, timeout Durfee. They'll stop the clock at 2:13.
2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining with a second.
Boy, really running this one down to the wire, folks. It's been a long game.
13 timeouts.
Been a real long game. If you include the halftime break, this game almost 2.5 hours long. My, oh my. By far the longest game of the year. So 2nd and 12. Coming out of the timeout. Brockton has the ball. They're inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. They need to get to the 17.
2nd down and long. Brockton needs 11 yards for a 1st down. Ball is at the 29.
They'll run it. Simpson. Boy, Simpson just refuses to go down. Unbelievable. That is a heck of a run, and that might be enough for the 1st down. It's going to be awfully close.
It looks to be a 3rd down and about a yard for Brockton.
Boy, Simpson has some legs. Talk about a power running back. My goodness. Just refusing to go down. 10 yards on the carry. And I think they're going to get a measurement.
There's going to be a measurement here.
It's close, so they will bring the chains out and measure the ball, measure where the ball is on the field. And really everything riding on this here. Inches.
Short. It is going to be a third down. Let's hear it for the defense for the Hilltoppers. Third down and about a yard.
So 3rd and inches for Brockton inside the red zone. And really 4-down territory when it comes down to it here. So the Hilltoppers D is going to need 2 goal line stops, if you will, if they want any chance of getting the ball back. 2:02 to play, a full team timeout taken by Durfee. A first down here for Brockton would pretty much seal the deal. So they take the field, 3rd and inches. They'll sneak it. That's a first down for Brockton. And that's going to pretty much seal the deal here tonight. I'll tell you, less than 2 minutes. A valiant effort for Durfee. The comeback bid here, 34-28 the score. Toppers putting up their highest point total of the season tonight, 28 points. But they will fall short unless a miracle happens here in the final 90 seconds, and that miracle would most likely have to be a fumble and a return. There's a flag down. That's going to stop the clock. Determined to drag this out. My goodness. It's been a very long final 4 minutes of this game. Tons of timeouts, penalties, et cetera, et cetera. It's on Brockton, so we'll back them up.
It's going to be a penalty against Brockton. The clock will start at the snap of the football. There's one of the new rules this year. Durfee elected to.
So it'll be 1st and 20 after the 10-yard penalty.
First down and long now for the Brockton offense.
They'll take a knee and go into victory formation.
Number 14.
And the clock will continue to wind down. Hilltoppers out of timeouts. We come up on 60 seconds. So again, unfortunately for the Hilltoppers, their woes continue against Brockton, although this is probably the closest game that they have had against Brockton in recent memory. I can recall some pretty ugly losses in my time here with Fred TV. We're talking, 59-7 in terms of really ugly losses. So this one, maybe the Hilltoppers make a couple different plays, a couple extra plays. Those interceptions maybe coming back to bite them. The 2 picks that Salmon threw. Those little things where you give up possession of the football when you're driving, it changes the momentum completely. Not necessarily that Brockton may have scored on those, but just to say that, it takes the wind out of your sail, basically. So the Hilltoppers fall in week 6, 34-28. It's a 4-game skid for Durfee. Brockton gets off of their 3-game losing streak. They move back to 500 at 3-3. So we thank you for tuning in tonight and staying with us for this marathon football game between Durfee and Brockton. Our cameraman tonight, Keelan Dunn from Fred TV, providing us with the footage. Once again, the final score from Mac Aldridge Field. Brockton 34, Durfee 28. I'm Evan Massoud. Good night, everybody.